gems, each one a star, from places distant and lands afar. Shapes that shimmer, hues that play. This is your chance, it's Gem Drop Day! See the light in every stone, crafted by hands, each one alone. A fleeting glimpse, don't let it fade. Gems like these are never remade. On the MoreGems.com, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside ya. Come inside ya. It's the MoreGems Show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you. Welcome to the MoreGems Show. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the More Gems Show. I'm Steve Moriarty, your host. And with me tonight are my two sons, Michael, who's in charge of this production. Hello, Michael.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us yet again for another More Gem Show. As usual, we've got some exciting things to show you. And not only me is here, but my brother is joining in as well. So Jeffrey,
How we
there
doing?
he is.
Yes, I am here as well. Another month, another show. Very excited to get this going. I know we got some really cool stuff going on, and once again, we're going live from a lot of different areas. YouTube, of course, where there's a huge showing right now, lively chat. So make sure if you are logging in through YouTube to log in through your username or your Gmail name. Big chat going on there. Ask lots of questions. But we're also on TikTok. We're also on Facebook Live and Instagram. And we will be trying to manage all the questions that come through all these different platforms. So please be patient with us.
Yes, it is a little tough, man. I was trying to manage it for the Alice in Gemland show, and yeah, it is a little difficult. But now that Jeffrey's here to help out too, we'll do our best to get to everybody's questions, or at least as many as we can.
Yes.
So,
I don't find it too difficult.
yeah.
I just sit here and
yeah, you got the hardest part. You got to show all the stones and
Yes.
manage those.
But we got a lot of people. We got
Who's in the chat?
What?
Who's in the chat?
That's what I'm saying right now.
Oh, okay.
All right. We got Liz from Seattle. We got Damien from Australia. That's
Cool.
Wow.
possibly our furthest. Colleen is in the
what time in
Bahamas.
Australia.
Let's see. Where else is everybody coming from? Vicky's in Texas. Let's see. Anybody else? Colleen, yes. Bahamas. Yeah, let us know, everybody, where you're coming in from. Definitely get in that chat on YouTube.
God is from the Netherlands. He's
Yeah.
back.
He comes in. Yep, I know that name.
Anne's here. Hey, Anne.
Phil's not at a concert tonight?
Oh,
Wow.
man. Phil, what?
I guess it's getting kind of cold now.
Yeah,
So.
you have to go to those indoor ones.
Yes. Henry's from Astoria, Oregon. I did a
cool.
road trip there and went to that beach where the
The
Goonies was filmed. Is that near
nice.
Astoria, right? I think so. Cannon Beach. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, Chester Copperpot.
Yes. Tracy's from Madison, Wisconsin. That's close. Hey, Eileen. Eileen's back. Denise is from Wisconsin. All right.
Cool.
Katie from Alberta, I think I already said. Amber's from Indiana. All right.
All right.
A fellow Hoosier.
Yep.
Awesome. Phoenix. Kelly's in Phoenix, but it's warmer there. But yeah, a lot of people coming in. Cleveland, Ohio. Stephen. Yeah, thanks for
Nice.
everybody joining
Cool.
tonight.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, yeah. You've got a lively audience.
Yes.
That's awesome to see. If you guys are enjoying the stream, excited about the stream, be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share if you want to show your friends some of the cool stuff that we're going to see tonight.
Exactly. All right, so I'm going to go into how this goes. I'll probably mention it a few times throughout the show. I know there's a lot of people that watch us each month, so this is going to be a repeat, though there is something slightly new tonight. But basically, Steve is going to be showing a ton of amazing stones tonight. These are new exclusive stones, many of which he cut. Steve is a master gem cutter. world renowned. You know you are. They see you, and every place you go, people know your face. He's known for his gem cutting, and you can only get his stones here. Which is a great thing. So these are some very amazing pieces that you'll be seeing tonight. And the people watching tonight will be the first ones to see these. But we're going to be displaying these stones. All the stones tonight are going to be at least 15% off. And there's going to be some hidden gems, which we'll show throughout the show. Those are going to be 25% off. We'll give you the coupon code then. And also we have some blue light specials. And those will
Jeffrey, I was going to just jump in here. Did you happen to make those live yet?
No, not all of them are live.
So what did you make the blue light specials live?
No.
Okay, all right. We're gonna actually this time we're going to hold off on the blue light specials until we discuss those as well. So that's something a little bit different.
They're kind of hidden blue light specials.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, yes. Hidden blue light specials.
and we do this because a lot of people like to purchase. Just because you see a stone, you're going to buy all these stones from MoreGems.com. It says it right on the green banner there. And if you go to that site, click on the banner, it's going to show you all the stones from the show. A lot of people, and you can do it, are going to go in, and before we even talk about the stone, they're going to buy it. You can do that. But we also offer these kind of hidden stones or these blue light specials later on throughout the show, so you can't see them, and then you get a chance to buy them. Each stone is one of a kind, so that if you do like the stone, make sure you do purchase it. We do offer PayPal, credit card, Affirm, and Shop Pay, which we don't normally offer, but we have kind of a deal with them through midnight. If you qualify, you can get 6 to 12 months interest free. So that's only through midnight. So you're going to have to buy in through the show. There'll be an option at checkout, and you can do that.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of a limited time deal with something we don't typically have. But if you put your order in, like Jeffrey said, before midnight, that's not bad.
Exactly.
Little pressure here.
No pressure. Yes. Yeah. So, I think that's how it goes. If you have any questions throughout the show, post them in the chat, or there's a live chat on MoreGems.com, or post it in TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Again, be patient. We're going to try to answer all the questions for you. If you want to see a stone again, if you want to see it on a finger, you want to see it on the neck, or you have a question about the stone in general, let us know. And also, we'll talk about it later. We do custom design for all these gems, so don't expect to just buy the gem and then you can't do anything with it. We can also do the custom design behind it. All right, I'm going to start adding all the stones.
Somebody mentioned in the chat there's only 4 stones live right now.
All right, I'm going.
There'll be a lot more coming. So
I'm working on it right now.
Yep. So Jeffrey's working on that right now.
You want to pull up a stone, so as I explain this, it'll be a price. Okay. When you look at the pricing here, it has our price, which is our regular price online, and an appraise for value. Now that value comes from this gem guide, which is used by the trade. They say it's a market-driven independent pricing guide where they go around to all the shows, including Tucson and some of the foreign shows, and they'll go around to the dealers and ask prices, and that's what they create this this pricing guide for. And as you can see here, this would be like yellow sapphires, and they give the qualities and the size range, and then they give a price. And this is what we base the appraised price on, is this guide. And then we offer our price, and then from there it's 15% off for most of the gems, and 25 off for the hidden gems, and 30 off for the blue light specials. Excuse me. All right, anything else before we get started here? We're going to talk about this Tanzanite from previous shows first, Mike? Was that the plan?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and show them that one.
Okay. So this is from a previous show, and my supplier claims it's natural, and I had a lot of interest in it as natural, but proving that is a little more difficult. There is one company that says that sometimes they can identify it, and this is AGL. American Gemological Laboratories. But unfortunately, on this stone, they could not prove it. I'm not exactly sure what they're looking for, but they even told me up front it's only a certain percentage of them that they can ID as being natural. But unfortunately, the stone they couldn't ID, so we're going to have to go with heated. Although my supplier felt pretty much for sure that it was a natural stone, but he wasn't 100%. So we're going to go with it being a heated stone. But it really, it's a great stone. It wasn't meant to be part of this show, but I had 3 people interested in it if it turned out to be an unheated gem. But even as a heated gem, it is spectacular. I mean, it is as good as it gets. The amount of red flash in it, I mean, you can start to see it. It looks purple in here, but a lot of red flash. Just a totally brilliant stone. Just really a beautiful gem. Very high rated. I don't know. We don't have any pricing on it, do we, Mike? We have to do it from. So it weighs 12.30 carats. Its rating is a 985 out of 1,000, so very high rated stone, just beautifully cut, great brilliance, remarkable color. This video does, or the picture doesn't quite do it justice, but it looks beautiful here, and it's even much more remarkable. So this is a stone that the appraised price is $16,395. Our online price is $86.10, and with the 15% off, how would we do that, Michael?
What's that? So this stone is available on the stone collection. So, Steve, if they go to MoreGems.com, click the green banner, they'll see this stone. It should be the first on the page. So it is available there. They will get 15% off if they add it to their cart.
So the 15% off, it's $7,318. So $595 a carat as well. But it is truly a remarkable stone, and there still is the possibility it's natural. And as time goes on, maybe we'll get better at identifying natural. Most of the naturals that I have, I get the rough. It almost always is natural what I buy, and so we have a pretty good idea what's natural and what's not. But the case with this one, it is one of my primary suppliers, and he was just slightly hesitant about it not being natural. He really thought that it was a natural gem. But that said, all that we can do is say it's maybe it's natural, but we're going to say it's heated. But that's still it's one of the finest gems that we have in our stock. So that was from 2 shows ago, and so much interest as it being natural, we gave it a shot and sent it to AGL, and unfortunately they couldn't verify the natural state of the stone. Currently, there's no difference price-wise, natural, untreated. Probably should be, because things like sapphire and ruby and emerald, if they're completely natural, they're as much as 100% more expensive being a natural gem. So maybe in the future we'll be able to certify natural. All right. So the first stone that was supposed to be in the show is this Ametrine. Linda Terry cut this. I had high hopes for it. We've never done this cut in an Ametrine before. I didn't know if it was just going to mix, and I've cut them before where it just mixed and you just had a kind of a brownish, reddish color that was still pretty, but it didn't separate. But this stone did separate real well. And as a Portuguese cut, it just shows remarkably well. Linda just did a great job on it, and it worked every bit as positive as I'd hoped it would. So you can see just really a full separation. which is really surprising when you do a Portuguese cut like this. It tends to mix things, but this one just separated out really nice. You know, it's just an outstanding ametrine, unique in anything I've seen cut in ametrine for sure. This one weighs 30.78 carats. These are from Brazil or Bolivia. This is from the Anahi mine in Bolivia. We've been cutting it, and there's one more stone in the show. Just got a beautiful lot of material, and we've just been excited to cut these stones because they're really unique in all the gem world. I mean, I'm just amazed they're not more expensive than they are. It's only one source in the world for it, and just cuts an extraordinary gem. When you look at bicolored gems, they're all much, much more expensive than this material. So this one, appraised price is $3,080. Our price online, $1,690. And with the 15% off, it's $1,437 or $47 a carat. Just a beautiful, beautiful gem.
Yeah, and I know we usually wait till the end of the show to talk about our favorites, but I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the show. I think Linda did a really great job, and I wanted to say that before it sells, because I wouldn't be able to say it later, because we usually only talk about the ones that are left. But yeah, I think this one just came out.
No,
like you said,
I was
amazing.
Excited. I decided to cut this cut, assuming it's not going to work.
Yeah,
and it just blew me away.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I felt the same when you showed it to me. I was just like, wow.
Yeah, when I saw it, I go, holy shit.
It's great.
It worked, and we'll probably try it again.
Sure.
You know, that cut, I don't know much. I haven't seen an ametrine that I liked it more than that, I would say. Not too late. I already wrapped it up.
Yeah, and if we forget or Steve forgets to show it on the hand or to give you a size reference, just let us know, and we'll make Steve take it back out of the bag.
We didn't even get the hand out. Oop. Did that do it? All right. Okay, up next. Another Spinel. We've had good success at finding Spinels lately. I think this was part of the parcel I bought, but had a few dings in it I had to repair. Now it's all clean and pretty. Just a really fine pink Spinel. So looks like we had a sale. Somebody shopping ahead, or?
4 stones that I put up right away, and Vicky picked this Spinel up.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, nice stone. Carat 96 oval Spinel from Lake Baikal in Russia. You know, this is from an old collection from a friend of mine, another Steve, that had been buying for years, and he passed away the last couple years, and so
Very cool.
it's gotten somewhat difficult to get Spinels.
Yeah, I think somebody was asking last time whether we'd have any more. This one kind of came in later. It wasn't from that original.
Yeah, it was.
Was it? Okay.
I just had it because it had some chips on it.
Oh, I
I
see. I
had to
see.
repair it.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Well, cool. Thanks, Vicky.
Yeah. All right, up next, just a beautiful aqua. This is completely natural color. You can see there's some green to the blue, and just very, very deep color for aquamarine. It's about as good as aqua generally gets. And it's just a very pleasing hint of green to it. You can heat these, and they are often heated. A lot of aquamarine is heated, and it's to take the green away, because usually the green does not do a good thing for aquamarine. But in this case, the green is attractive. You could heat it, and it'll probably get a little deeper blue, and all blue is what will happen to it. But no reason to heat this stone. It has such great beauty on its own. And being natural, it does affect the value positively. So this is a 3.31 carat aqua. And this, why that says Russia, this is from Zimbabwe. Yeah. Where'd that come from? Oh, it's on my notes. I didn't make the notes. So this was Zimbabwe, I'm sure. Yeah. So in Zimbabwe is a new source for us for aqua, and really they have some great aqua. And everything we bought from there has been natural. I would like to find one that I really didn't like it and heat it, just see what happens to it. But this is a beautiful color, weighs 3.31 carats. Totally untreated, from Zimbabwe. Price of $3,970. Our price online $2,650, and with the 15 off, it's $2,253 or $681 a carat. We didn't bring our hand. I'm good. Just keep in mind that I have a big hand. The things look a little small. It's really a beautiful color for aquamarine. The only other source that I really appreciate is Madagascar. Went there many, many times, and they have really outstanding aqua. But Zimbabwe really is our go-to place right now. A lot of problems going on in Madagascar. We have did we talk about that last time? I'm not sure. We have a supplier there that their whole place was they broke in and just took everything, because downtown Madagascar, Antananarivo, is the capital. And they just had riots going on. I don't know what the situation is currently, but they were pretty much completely cleaned out. Hopefully they had some stuff put away, but it's a big issue there right now. So kind of took Madagascar off the list of places I would go to, because I'd hoped to get Mike and Jeff to Madagascar, because it definitely was my favorite country of any place I've been to.
And just to hop in here, Nanel, I'm not sure if I said that right, but they just bought their Ultratech V5. So
cool.
For those people out there watching, you want to let them know what the Ultratech V5 is.
So the Ultratech V5 is this machine right behind me here. And it is the machine that I currently recommend. I do represent them, and I represent them for good reason. They are the only manufacturer that they've been at it 55 years, and they're likely going to be at it for a long time, because they don't rely on this machine to support them completely. They manufacture a lot of different types of machinery. So there's somebody that will be around when you need help, need parts. I've got 4 machines in my basement that are outdated because I can no longer get parts, and they don't last forever. So this is a machine that this company is going to be around to assist you when you need help. It's an outstanding machine, as you can see by what we've cut. And although it's today, I mean, people think it's expensive, but I think it's about $5,500. But if you want to get into a business, it's a remarkably inexpensive way to get started. and it's basically all you need other than probably another $1,000 worth of equipment. But, you're fully into production for under $7,000. And it's a machine that even most people will eventually get it and be able to produce a real fine quality cut stone because the machinery is there to back you. It's something that a lot of people buy used machinery, and they think they can't cut because really it's the machine that's the problem. And this piece of machinery will not be your problem if you can't cut. It's you.
Premium price range, low to high.
Well, this is $5,500, and like I say, you have to buy laps and other equipment, but you can be into it for, like I say, under $7,000. You get everything you need to start cutting. And then they have the fantasy machine, which is right behind me here. And it goes along with this machine. You use the mast of this machine on the fantasy machine, and you can do fantasy cutting. And this machine is also about $5,000. So it's something that they have other pieces of equipment. They have Blast Tech, which is a capacity machine for very large materials. Got the 2,000, 3,000 carat stones. But really a great company. They're there to support you, and it's something that you won't be stuck with a machine that you can't use. Like I say, I've got several in my basement that are just down there taking up space. Somebody that knows how to do machining maybe could fix them, but you just run into problems with machinery, and you need someone there to help you, and Ultratech is there for that. All right, back to the stones. Okay, here's a green sunstone. This has been a nightmare for me. I probably started this 5 years ago and just had issues that I couldn't get through. And finally I went back to it and talked to a few people and found some ways to get around this fracturing issue that I had with this stone. Finally got back to it and got through it, and it turned out to be a really nice stone, because greens like this are pretty rare in sunstones. If you look at some of the comments online, green is one of the rarest of the colors, and I can't say I've cut a couple of greens, but this is probably the greenest of any I've cut, because if you look at the material, can you get the little screen for me, Mike? The pic. Oh, so if you look at it, you can see the red in this stone. And usually that red shows up through the top of the stone, and you kind of get a mix of red and green. Whereas this stone pretty much just came out green, which is a good thing. It's much more attractive than the mix of colors and much rarer material. I can't say I've seen one quite this green ever. I looked online extensively and couldn't find anything that really was, it's kind of a bluish green. So this comes from the Sunstone Butte mine, right, Mike?
Right.
We were out there, how long ago was that? 4 or 5 years?
I think it was 2018, maybe. Oh, okay. Was it that long ago? I don't know.
Remember, Jim?
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we went out there 2 years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it must have been 2018, 2019.
Yeah. So we were out at the mines and did a little mining, and we didn't mine this, but we managed to buy some nice material from the mine owner. So this appraised value on this $2,910, And I'm not sure that's even high enough, because the guide really doesn't go into Oregon sunstone and separate the colors. So being as rare as it is, it may appraise higher than that. But anyway, our price online is $1,540. It weighs 8.56 carats. And with the 15 off, it's $1,309 or $153 a carat, which I'm sure is a bargain.
And Corey wanted to know, would you consider this a dark stone?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, as you move it, I mean, you'll get some darker areas, but you can get full brilliance out of the stone. And you move it, and it will show you green throughout the entire gem. But definitely on the dark side. Just the nature of the material. But if you look, I spent a lot of time today trying to find another greenstone quite like this. So unable to find one.
So
the only other ones close were things I cut from this same material.
And Denise wanted to know, so you're putting it on your finger, so it's not too soft for a ring then?
Yeah, what is that? Well, it's going to be 6.5. I mean, it's relatively soft. It's not an everyday stone on the hand, for sure. And our next stone up is our first hidden gem.
The hidden gem, Jeffrey. Tell them what you got to do.
It's the hidden gem. All right. Let me put this one live. So this is going to show up here in about 10 seconds. But basically, you go back to MoreGems.com and you see that, hit that green banner, and you see that huge list of gems. If you refresh in about 15, 20 seconds, there's going to be a new stone at the top. It's going to be this hidden gem. When you check out, there's going to be a coupon code field. Just add coupon code RARE25 and you're going to get 25% off this stone. It is one of a kind. And again, use RARE25.
So this stone has a history. I mean, it goes back, I don't know how many years. 10. Me and a friend, Jeff, we bought this parcel together, and it was interesting. We split it up, and then he held the two parcels we split up behind the back, because one definitely had the one biggest stone in it. And, I think I separated them. He held them behind his back, and I picked. And I got lucky and got the big piece. And this was half of that piece. The other half we sold. It was more green. And this stone I recently recut. Just didn't quite have it. And it just came out really nice. This stone has a lot of blue in it. It's blue-green, or maybe green-blue, almost indicolite. Weighs 12.78 carats. Appraised value on this is $11,200. Our price online $71.90, and with the 25% off, it is $5,393, so $422 a carat.
And when I was making these overlays, I didn't see whether did you know whether this tourmaline is heat treated or is it natural?
Well, we assume it's heat.
Assume it's heated. So Edwin, yeah, we're assuming this one is heated.
Yeah, most of this stuff from Afghanistan, heated. And don't know that to be a fact, but it's just the. A lot of it was just overly dark, and heating lights them up. Just the nature of tourmalines. The new material that's out of Congo. Most of that just came out of the ground, naturally lighter colors.
They're calling that what, lagoon tourmaline now? I seen a couple people call it. I know we were looking at some lagoon colored tourmalines years
they
ago,
were
but
from Congo.
yeah, not from Congo. Yeah, these ones are.
Yeah, this would be kind of lagoon color.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, pretty stuff. No, like I say you know, these colors are definitely bringing pretty good money. These back when we bought this, it was remarkably inexpensive. Tourmalines were, you know, but the blues and the greens and all the tourmalines have taken just significant jumps in price, as many stones have. Okay, next one up. This is a kind of a special Tanzanite. Just the blue is phenomenal. It's just a soft, saturated blue. You know, unlike this video, the setting we're on definitely accents purple, but this is mostly blue. You know, it's 90% blue, 10% violet. So there's hardly any violet in it, but just such a soft color. It is the finest blue that I've seen, I think, in any Tanzanite. You know, it would vie with the finest of sapphires. Would be the royal blue. You'll see a royal blue sapphire later in our stock. Royal blue is a color that GIA will actually give on a cert or the finest of the blue colors in sapphires. And this would definitely be much like that. You know, the picture you see online is a good representation of what the blue in this stone is. You know, just has that soft glow to it. And it you almost have a hard time finding any purple in it, but there's always a little bit of purple in it. You know, and as there is in many of the finest sapphires. Mm-hmm. Just a great color. It's probably, I can't say I've seen a sapphire that's more attractive blue than what this stone is. Maybe the one that we're going to see later. All right, up next is a Ethiopian black opal. Now we have a sale here.
Yep, I know I got to turn that button on. All right, yes. So we got a sale on this one. So Harold, this is the 4.32. Yep, Harold picked up this stone. He picked it up right away too.
Oh, the opal.
So thank you, Harold. And I guess if you want to talk about it a little bit for him.
Well, I guess it was underpriced, which it is. I mean, you compare it to any other black opal, you know, not that, these black opals from Ethiopia, you know, they are a little brownish black, but still they're black. And they're crystal opal. You know, this as an Australian opal would be, I don't know how many times more expensive. But it really is a beautiful Ethiopian opal, just remarkable colors. Hopefully coming early this year, we'll see our supplier again, and hopefully he'll have more, and hopefully some blacks. Cool stuff, though. So this is a stone I cut. Just really an outstanding color. Camera won't quite show it what it is, but it is just a beautiful green color. Again, the pictures online are a little better. We have the option to make adjustments to the camera to display the color as accurate as possible. So online will typically be better than what we can show. You know, this setting is not the right setting for green, but it's a beautiful green stone, just fully brilliant. And I was just looking up emerald prices for something like this, that in an untreated emerald in a carat 60, the book is showing up to 10,000 a carat. So this stone appraises for $4,220. $2,190 is our price online. And with the 15% off, it is $1,862 or $1,149 a carat. And it's really clean. This is a VS1 clarity, so it's remarkably clean. Because most Tsavorites have a little bit in them. It's rare that you don't have some inclusions in them. But this one, very, very clean stone.
We had a question. Corey wants to know, how can you, because this is different color than you normally see in Tsavorite, how do you tell like the difference between, because if I saw this, I'd probably think chrome tourmaline versus Tsavorite garnet.
Hard to separate them.
Is it hard?
Yeah, to look at them. The best of chrome and the best of Tsavorite pretty much look the same. You know, a chrome filter will separate them. Of course, microscope, because garnet is singly refractive and tourmalines are doubly refractive. You got it?
Turn Steve's mic up here a little bit.
Steve's having a little hoarseness here. Hopefully he's not getting what Nancy has. Little sore throat. Are you comparing with this picture that you're seeing on here or what's online?
No, I think it's just a customer, Corey, had a question. How do you identify Tsavorite garnet that looks like this versus a chrome tourmaline?
Yeah. To look at them, you know, they're much the same. Not always, you know, definitely, you know, sometimes you can separate chrome tourmaline from Tsavorite by its look. But the finest of either would be tough to separate, you know, without using some type of equipment on it.
Gotcha.
You know, and the dichroscope would be the simplest piece of equipment you could use. And probably the least expensive. You know, this is a dichroscope. And looking through it, you can see this produces two windows, and each window will be different in the tourmaline, and they'll both be the same in the garnet. So it's a relatively easy separation. So this is a tool I carry with me all the time overseas. Fits in the pocket, and it works for a lot of things. But this Tsavorite is really a remarkable green color. You couldn't find a finer green color in any gem. It'd be rare to find an emerald with as beautiful of color as this Tsavorite has. Oop. Did I give that an on hand? Not big, but beautiful. Okay, and the next stone is another Tsavorite in a trillion cut. Little different color, but still beautiful color. And extraordinary brilliance in this stone. Oh, this one weighs a carat 31. And again, this does not display the actual color of this stone very well, because it is just remarkably beautiful. And another stone that even the picture online does not represent how beautiful the color of this stone is. You can see the amount of brilliance it has, but just doesn't show the color. So this is another top Tsavorite, measures 6.5 millimeters. This comes from Kenya. Very well cut. Appraise value $31.20. Our price online $18.90. And with the 15 off, it's $1,607 or $1,227 a carat. Really outstanding brilliance. And our next stone is a stone that the red flash is the overwhelming thing that you see in this stone. There is so much red flash that you want to call it, blue and red. That would be the color.
Jeff, this one's got your name written all over it, man.
And you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it in
obvious
there. Yeah.
this.
And for the people that don't know, yeah, red flash is a big thing. Being the marketing guy I am, a lot of people, a lot of collectors look for the red flash in the stone because it is rare. So there's actual people that, search out Tanzanite with red flash. So
Which, you don't generally get it in stones that are under 3 carat size. I had a recent request for a stone in the 3 carat that had red flash, and I had one. It just doesn't really exist until you get into bigger stones. It takes that extra depth of the larger material and the depth of color to really start showing red flash. So we don't promote it often, just because people get the feeling that, well, I want one with red flash. Well, good luck. There's more in recent years than I've seen in the past, but it's still quite rare. So this weighs 17.56 carats. There are a couple of inclusions off to the side, a couple of vertical inclusions that will be very, very difficult to see. But the stone truly has remarkable color. It's about 75% blue, 25% violet. Again, this camera is set up for showing more purple, but it is much more blue than purple. I mean, you can even see it there. There's just so much red flash in this that it's probably the greatest amount of red flash in any Tanzanite I've ever cut. Weighs 17.56 carats, gets a rating of 953 out of 1,000, and the lower rating is totally because of the inclusions that are in it. There's a couple right off to the edge. Again, they're vertical and they don't show, but you'll see them in the video if you look close. So the appraised value of this stone is $20,890. Our price online $10,960, and with the 15 off, it's $93.16 or $531 a carat.
And somebody over on Instagram was wondering if we had a dime to compare it to. We don't have that, but I know over on Instagram that we don't have the measurements. Here on YouTube we do, but this one is 12.8 millimeters by 15.2 millimeters by 11.3 millimeters. So if you look up the size of a dime, you can compare that to it.
It's a half an inch wide, and that's 25 millimeters to an inch. So.
And also someone else on, sorry, Jeff, cutting it on Instagram. I don't know if he's talking about this, but somebody would like to see that Aquamarine again. If we could, once you get a chance to pull that out. Cool. Hopefully that gets you what you're looking for. If you have any other questions about the aqua, feel free to reach out and let us know.
So this is a Peridot from Pakistan. This is a mix of two cuts that I often do. So it's a Portuguese style pavilion and a step cut crown. I don't know, I've mixed those two before, but it came out remarkably brilliant. Weighs 7.77. And if my friend Skip was still alive, he'd buy it just because it weighed 7.77 carats. I might have to charge him $7,777. He had a thing for 7, so as many people do. So these come from Pakistan, VS2 Clarity. There's never any treatments for Peridot. Appraised value on this $3,885. Our price online $1,760, and with the 15 off, it's $1,496 or $193 a carat. Big Peridot crystal. This one weighs 74 carats. This is your biggest one?
No, that's not.
That's one of your best.
It's a nicer crystal, good termination. It's one of the newer ones that I've just got in stock. I've got them, I think I've got some up just under 200 carats, maybe. I can't quite, maybe it's 150. I don't know, I'd have to look. But yeah, these, all these, I've got a ton of great natural Peridot crystals. They're some of my favorite mineral specimens. They're all available on mineralmike.com, including this piece. But yeah, if you like the color green and great gemmy crystal, I recommend a Peridot crystal. They're super cool. But yeah, a lot of them have this kind of etched surface to it. This one's a little glassier than some of the others, but they all have this great green color. But
and typically the Ludwigite inclusions, those black needles that run through it.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of them do have those Ludwigite. Some of them not so much, but I think we found more of that minty or green has
Almost
more
always
to
has
it.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, cool pieces.
Nice crystal.
So I thought I'd give myself a little plug there for anybody who's out there that's interested in crystals and mineral specimens, natural and uncut. You can go to our website, mineralmike.com, and you'll see a ton of different varieties of crystals and mineral specimens.
That one's about $790, which is a nice crystal for that. Make a pendant out of it. Sure.
And with these, I'm going to bring this up again because we get a lot of questions about this. A few people have chatted, sent me messages. But with the custom design, can you explain the process, Steve? With our.
Actually got a video.
Oh, you do? Well, there we go. All right.
Yeah, so we did put a video together with my cousin Christopher Michael, who is our designer. He will kind of explain that to you, and yeah, check it out.
Found a gemstone you love during the show? I'm Christopher Michael, head designer here at Moriarty's Gem Art, and I'm here to help you bring it to life. Just reach out to us during or after the show. You can message us directly or call the shop. It all starts with your vision. With the help of specialized CAD software, I'll design a one-of-a-kind ring, pendant, or earrings just for your stone. Along with photorealistic renders, you will review a 3D model and make changes before it goes into production. Once you approve the design, our team gets to work creating your piece with expert craftsmanship right here in our Crown Point shop. What started as a loose gem becomes something truly personal, a one-of-a-kind heirloom quality piece designed just for you. Find your stone tonight and let us create something amazing together.
All right. Cool process. And yeah, anything you buy from us, if you want, we can try and show you a design. And if you like it, we'll give you a price and make it up. So our next set goes along with the one before. This is a nice match pair of Portuguese-style Peridots from Pakistan. Really remarkably brilliant stones. Great for earrings. You could do a pendant and a ring out of them. These are about 8.5 millimeters round. Just nicely cut. They're actually cut in Pakistan. Again, a lot of other countries doing a lot better job of cutting than they've done in the past. Many of them have finally figured out that brilliance is what matters, not carat weight. And our Pakistan Peridot supplier is one of the best for sure. We really have remarkable Peridots regularly. $7.10 carats is the weight of these two stones. $33.40 is the appraised price. $13.70 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $1,165 or $164 a carat. A nice size for a ring. All right, next stone up is, I was going to say another Tanzanite, but it is a sapphire.
And it is a hidden gem.
Hidden gem, huh?
Yep.
All right. One is this, 5.64 carats.
Likely the finest sapphire I've ever owned. And this is one that gets a special rating from GIA, which we have it certified, and somewhere here it says the color appearance of this stone is described in the trade as royal blue, which they don't get easily because that is considered to be the finest color in sapphires. I was kind of surprised to see that. I didn't know they would make comment on what the color actually was.
And that stone is now live on the website. So just refresh that page and you're going to see this royal blue sapphire.
So just a really well-cut stone, great brilliance, beautiful color. Nice square cushion. You know, I was just about ready to make this into a men's ring. Haven't quite got around to it, but it would make a remarkable men's ring.
I'm surprised you wouldn't.
5.65 carats. The stone is heat treated. I say sapphires, particularly non-heat treated, the price is almost double what the heat treated is. But just thrilled to have a stone heated or not. You know, this appraised price on this is $49,630. Our price online, $29,009. And with the, this is the hidden gem, 25 off, it's $22,425, or $3,976 a carat. Really a great stone. I originally went out searching for this for a customer. Didn't work out for us, but you know, glad to own a fine sapphire like this. Just a nice shape, just beautiful symmetry, and just everything about it is right. Again, the color you see online is more accurate for the color, just a beautiful soft blue color. The focus, is it? Yeah. Doesn't show the color very well, but give you an idea of the size. I would like it. The men's ring.
Yeah, I think I need another men's ring this year for Christmas. It'd be a good one.
It'd be a good one.
Also, you know, with the amazing stone, but with this price, just wanted to bring up again through midnight, through shop pay. You can see if you, you know, there's different approval rates, but you can get as low as 0% financing for 6 to 12 months on a stone like this. And again, that's only available through midnight. Jump in here while I got some time. So Deborah picked up beautiful stone, that heart-shaped brilliant cut Tanzanite
right,
blue
cool.
light special, 7.31 carat.
You're gonna love
Very
it.
cool. Yeah, nice stone.
Like to know what she's going to do with it. Pendant, ring, or just keep it on its own. But yeah, amazing color and everything in that stone.
Yeah, super gem. You know, and like I say, I just got lucky, and this week or last week was able to buy. I bought a lot of stones in the 6 to 7 carat size, and I just decided I maybe had a few too many, and my wife would appreciate if I sold a few, so I put these on blue light special to just turn a few of them. And this is one of the finer. I mean, we have 3 more of them coming up later in the show.
Oh, you get little spoiler
Oh,
alert.
a little
we got.
spoiler. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not really a spoiler. We usually make those all go live, but these are all around the same size range, different shapes.
Different shapes.
But they're all great stones. That heart shape was an amazing stone. So if you are in the market for another Tanzanite around that size, stay tuned, because we do have a few other amazing gems coming.
All right, up next is a stone that Michael just finished. Another Ametrine from Bolivia. And this one also has beautiful separation of color, intense color.
This one Michael cut?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, nice. I saw the video.
Yeah, I just finished this
Beautiful.
one.
Yeah,
it's-
that one's a cool stone.
It is pretty neat. I like a lot of these ametrines, they've got more amethyst or it's an even split, but this one had a lot of citrine to it, so I tried to keep that in there. And we chose to do kind of free-form faceting on this one. Just
Not that you had a lot of choice.
No, well, we didn't want to separate or mix the colors, so Steve recommended some techniques to try and keep them isolated from each other, which I think it did pretty well.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
Michael, with just there are people that are getting into gem cutting and everything, and hopefully, I think we may have talked about it earlier about the free gem courses that we have on YouTube. But
Yes, yeah.
how long have you been cutting for? Because it's not like you've been cutting all your life, and this thing looks like you have.
Yeah.
So, can you give us some information how you've been?
Yeah,
getting
no,
into
I
this?
mean, I don't know when I started, like, actually getting into it. I mean, I cut my first gem years and years ago when I was in high school, but that was a different story and, much help from, Steve there. But
I think your first official gem. I think
Yes.
Eileen picked it up.
yes,
too.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And since then, I've probably cut, 15 or 20 stones. I'd cut more, but I'm just doing a lot of things here in the shop. So when I get to it and can sit down and cut, I like to do that. It's fun and enjoyable and great to see, the finished work and seeing something just like this, just the beauty come out of a piece of rough. But it didn't take me very long on the Ultratech. It was fairly quick, and once I got to learn how the machine actually works, what the just getting to know the equipment, which didn't take too long. It was fairly quick at what I was doing, and then with the guidance of my dad Steve, which you can also get through our courses on our YouTube channel. I just followed what he said with his polishing and lap sequences and things like that. And I think I picked it up pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, for sure. It definitely, the genes were in you.
Yeah. Well, I've recorded hours of you cutting, so I kind of and not only that, I've had to go through and edit hours, which is okay. It taught me pretty well, so I've watched those videos many times.
And hopefully we'll be doing some, for everybody out there, I'm trying to press Steve in 2026 to do some TikTok where it's just everything, his whole, from start to end of him cutting. Hopefully not a 40-hour stone, but maybe, a 2 to 6 hour stone that it will be totally live on TikTok for people to watch, ask questions. So we're going to press him for it. But,
I worry a little bit about the distractions, but
well,
we'll
try
we'll
to
give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'll start with something that's not too expensive in
have some quartz
case
or
I
something.
screw
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, let us know in the chat what you guys think about that. Would you like, even if he didn't interact as much, would you enjoy just kind of watching him cut, maybe just seeing what he does? But I'd like to see what type of interest we'd get in that.
So tell us, Jeffrey, about the guy you talked about, that people watch him boxing up stuff.
Oh, yeah, just a competitor of ours. Yeah, the idea came of that. Just, I talked to one guy that he does live videos on TikTok every day, and he does well with it. But I was trying to figure out what he does, and it's just him boxing up orders and answering questions as he does it. So he's kind of going on, his regular day. So if anything, man, we could just put videos on all of you during the workday and just
We'll give it a shot. So, we've talked about this stone, but this is kind of what we're going to do next, which this is a huge blue topaz. You can watch me cut it, and you may hear a few words that will be bleeped out because this is not the easiest material to cut. And this is, it's, so these are two. This is treated, of course, and this is a natural. You know, you can see the blue in it, and it should cut a light blue topaz, but it is completely natural, no treatments. And this, of course, has been irradiated and heated to get to this color. You know, but should cut a couple of beautiful gems, and I'm thinking I'm going to cut the same cut out of both of them. So we'll see if we get started on that this coming week. You know, it'll be a major project because that's probably I don't know how long that'll take. You know, polishing topaz that size is not the easiest thing. So we'll see how it goes. You know, I've cut some fairly big topaz, but nothing that kind of size. 200 a carat, I think I've done. Which one? All right, next rock up is a blue topaz. No, it's not a blue topaz. It's pink tourmaline. So this is a 2.40 carat, kind of a mixed cut. It's a brilliant style pavilion with a step cut crown. Comes from Congo. Natural color. So we had a sale.
I'm messing you up, Steve.
That's okay.
Yep. Eileen picked up this 2.4.
Hey, Eileen.
Yes.
Which one?
No, Eileen picked up this stone.
Oh.
It's got tourmaline. So.
Oh. Okay.
Cool.
Quite a
Thank
collection.
you, Eileen.
Very cool color in this one.
Yeah, it is. Nice cut. I like that.
Yeah.
So what's a mixed cut? What's that mean?
It just means it's a brilliant style pavilion and a step cut crown. So rather than being a full brilliant cut, it's a mixture of two styles of cutting, which is common. The most overseas cutting would be a mixed with a Portuguese style pavilion and a brilliant style crown as their most common style of cutting, which I almost never do that. Okay, I guess we get to go on to the next one. It's another pink tourmaline. And this one, no. So this one actually started out this color. I knew it would heat. You know, but I probably went to the whole max on heating, and it heated this very light color pink. You know, I think next time I'll try somewhere a little bit lower temperature. I think this was somewhere over 900 degrees, which I'd done previously. And fortunately, it didn't turn colorless, Aquamarine. It turned a nice, pretty pastel pink. So next time I'll try and get it a little deeper color. I'm not sure which will be the better choice, the pastel pink, or, you know, sometimes when you heat these, they're just a little brownish pink. So that's something it's not the ideal situation. So I've got like 4 more of these, so we'll try some different temperatures and see just what we get.
Eileen said you should keep it away from the oven. She wants to see a natural one.
Well, yeah, I'll cut it first and see what they look like. But they're I don't know, they're pretty... Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm not sure. They may be dark, would be the issue. Which, yeah, this one, I wasn't happy with the color when I cut this one, so it probably was just too dark, and probably they're brownish, you know, which affects the color of it. So, but we'll try and hit somewhere between that brownish red and this lighter pink. Not that, I mean, I'm totally satisfied with light pink. Light pink is very popular. So, you know, we'll do a little step in the heating. Start lower, and you can always heat it again and see what you get. So I'll probably start at 700 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit. And if I like it there, great. If I don't, just take it up to 800. See what happens. I know what happens. I think this was 950. So this one weighs 5.86 carats. This one's from Mozambique. And of course it is heat treated. Praise value of $2,640. Our price online $1,170. And with the 15% off, it is $9.95 or $170 a carat. And this is the same cut as the other pink. It's a step crown. Actually, I did something different on. You know, this is another new cut I just tried. So it started out like going to be a Portuguese, but instead I won't try it. It worked out very well because this stone has really, really good dispersion. I mean, you can start to see it there. I don't know if it's because of the cut, because tourmaline typically doesn't show a lot of dispersion. So I'm going to assume it's the cut doing this, so I will try this cut again on other stones and see if it also replicates the kind of dispersion the stone has. You know, it's just unusual in tourmalines. I mean, you can see those different plays of color in it. That's dispersion. I say it's tourmaline is not particularly known for its dispersion, but this one displays it well. I'm going to assume it's my new cut that did it. Until I try it again and it doesn't work, but you know, this one worked really well.
And just to jump in here, I see in the YouTube chat, Carrie, she's liking the opal, the rough opal that you got on the table there. That one's probably not for sale, but if you do like and want a rough opal from Ethiopia, I do have many pieces of rough available on mineralmike.com. So you can check out some pieces there, see if there's anything that's similar to that, if you're interested in a rough piece.
Yeah, you do have some nice rough. So. And come early this next year, we'll be back into some more rough and some more cut, like hopefully some more black opal and some nice cut opal, because we've done real well with opal this year. We just have bought some really great stones. You know, we used to buy mostly rough, but rough is very, very difficult and has become much less available because the Ethiopians are cutting much, much more. And I like buying cut Ethiopian opal because it's just easier. You know, you have no mistakes. You buy it cut, you see what you're going to get. You buy it rough, and you're kind of a little bit of a crapshoot. But we've cut many nice ones, but I've spent a lot of time cutting a lot of fancy cuts, trying to get best yield. And maybe it's not the the best choice because people are used to oval cabochons and just basic shapes and cabochons, and that's what sells best. And so hopefully we'll have some great material this next year because we have a really, really good supplier of the Ethiopian opal. All right, our next one is a really cool color in Tourmaline. Again, my favorite color in gems, as I've said many times, this kind of peach color. And this is really a beautiful peach stone, 3 carats, VS clarity, and just really, really great brilliance and just a beautiful color. Okay, interrupted me with a sale again.
Yep.
What's up?
Edwin picked up this amazing color Tourmaline.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the shape and the
That's
the
a really
color
unique
and
color.
the cut on this one.
Yeah.
So this one, is this all step cut too, or I don't know? the
Yeah,
backside.
this one's
Yeah.
all step cut.
Yeah, looks
And
great.
this one I had to cut twice. At least I had to cut the crown twice because an inclusion showed up and it had showed up in the pavilion. I thought it was only there, so I left it. And then I got around to the crown and it came all the way through. So I had to recut the stone. So it went from about a 4 carat down to a 3 carat. Went from 3 to 4 hour stone to a 6 hour stone. But it was worth it in the end because it cut clean. And it would have been a little bit included. What turned out to be, it was beyond a little bit included. It was not possible to sell as it was. So, worked out well, and you're going to love the color. I mean, it's just really is a beautiful color. Comes from Congo. It's natural color, no treatments. So a lot to be said for this stone. Looks like the finest Malaya garnets. And actually, Malaya garnet brings probably 600-700 a carat in this color. Maybe Tourmaline should have, but yeah, it's a beauty. Thank you. Oh, you've got them. You're going to talk about them, I assume. All right. We've got a couple of crystals from Mineral Mike, and this being probably one of the rarest in his collection.
Yeah, so this one
Wow.
we just picked up. It was something that was hard to turn down. It is a valuable stone because of its just true rarity. I mean, this thing is just solid pink, a solid pink Tanzanite, which in itself, a pink Tanzanite is rare, but this one in any direction, it's just all pink. Usually with these pink Tanzanites, you'll see one direction is the pinker color and then it's a yellow down the other axis, but this one's almost a fuchsia-like pink down that axis there, and the other one is a light, pretty pink and great crystal. The termination is beautiful. I don't think there's any damage to it, and it's just a anomaly that is really something special for someone who is into collecting rare things. This is one of the rarest.
Yeah, I could imagine cutting a gem this color.
Yeah, right?
One day,
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know. I've never seen anything quite like this color in Tanzanite.
No.
I know when we were in Tanzania, I did see another pink crystal, but it wasn't quite this color.
Look at the 2 little crystals growing off the side of
which
it.
is it's so
just
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
pull up the other video.
And this was kind of a fight to who won
Yes.
buying this stone.
Yeah, and there's another buyer that was interested into it, and he didn't end up purchasing it from our supplier, and we came in, and he kind of talked me into it because it was, it wasn't. I mean, it was a big investment for me. So for something like this, but the rarity of it was what got me, and I'm glad to own it and be able to offer it to you guys.
Yeah, in all my time in business, I've never seen a Tanzanite this color. Or a crystal with such nice shape and, being so perfect.
Right, and it's quite gemmy as well for being such a saturated color. A lot of times you'll see these pinks that are just, the inclusions just kind of go throughout, and then you get the color with the kind of milky inclusions. It's not quite transparent, but this one's super gemmy, great shape, and a really cool piece. Carrie was actually looking at this, my fiance, and like, ooh, that would be a nice pendant. So
Yeah.
like, okay, well, maybe one day, but it's cool, and it would make a nice piece of jewelry if anybody wanted that too. It'd be something that you'd want to be careful with if you did wear it in jewelry, because one drop could cause a lot of damage to the termination. So collector piece would probably be ideal somewhere that someone who can appreciate the rarity and the value of this stone.
Beauty. $59.99.
Yes.
And there's 15 off on this too?
Yeah, I got 15% off on that one.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a one of a kind, and it was I don't think there was much question you were going to do it.
No,
Maybe
no.
some hesitation, because it was expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, the cost on this was significant, but when you think of the rarity, there's not another one like it. Find a pink that looks like this. I mean,
Right.
It's one of the finest in the world, no question.
I mean, look at it down that direction. It's just
It's
what,
amazing.
What else is, maybe a sapphire, you can get that color.
I
But
don't even know that.
Colleen wanted to know, what's rare, pink or green Tanzanite?
they're both pretty rare. A pink this is exceedingly rare.
Yeah.
Greens have been very rare in the past. There was a recent pocket that was discovered that Steve bought a beautiful parcel from, which that was like kind of a one and done thing. But that's how a lot of these, these unique fancy colored tanzanites are. They just an anomaly that happens, and just lucky to find them.
Yeah, in general, the pinks are some of the rarest. A little bit later, we'll have a stone that I think may be even rarer than pinks. Maybe not this color pink. I mean, this is a 1 in a billion kind of stone. Skip the million. We're in the billions these days. Quite the rock. You want to go to the next one?
So this is another rarity that actually is coming from the Tanzanite mines. So this is one of those things that they don't typically find, and another supplier of mine was like, "Hey, check these out. They just found this small pocket of these Tourmaline sprays when they were Tanzanite mining." So this is kind of a really cool, another kind of along that same lines, a collector piece, something that somebody who appreciates rare and unusual things would respect, because it's just something that you don't see every day. I think I've maybe only seen 10 of these, and I don't know how many total are out there, but I have not seen many of them, and it was kind of something special and unique that drew my eye. But really cool
And
shape.
Who would even think it's a Tourmaline?
Right, yeah, it's pretty wild.
So what's on it? Is it calcite and
That kind of looks like
pyrite,
it could be
or-
I'm not exactly too sure what that mineral is. It's possibly calcite and maybe some graphite.
Okay. Yes, there's a lot of graphite in those mines. You can just see it sparkling in the air.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the the
was
mineral
asking-
is alongside it.
The dissolution process? Is this caused by the dissolution process?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so
No.
either. I think it's just the way that this one grew. I don't know
Mhm.
why or how, but this one, it's not etched. I don't believe.
No, I don't either. Just, yeah, definitely just grew like that. I don't know what the explanation is. I don't know if we can get a closer look and see what the shape of those. Yeah, not sure. Cool though. An idea of the size of these, Mike? Tourmaline and Tanzanite.
Yeah, and these small thumbnail size specimens are great for if you don't have a whole lot of room, or you want to collect a lot of things, but you don't have a lot of space, or you don't want to make a huge cabinet out of it. So I do have a lot of other, they call them thumbnail size, which are just kind of smaller mineral specimens. You can get great pieces at a small size, and some gems just don't get that big. But I have a lot of those available on MineralMike.com, including Tourmalines. I got so many Tanzanites, fluorites. I've got aquas, you name it. There's a lot of stuff on there. So feel free to check that website out when you get a chance. There's a lot of neat stuff.
All right. As we just went through Halloween, this is kind of a unique piece. This is a meteorite from Namibia, carved into a skull. Oop. $4.3 billion-year-old skull. Meteorite is the oldest thing on the planet. Our planet formed and was hit by something else and reformed. So, this material formed off the planet and hit the Earth. It formed about the same time as the Earth originally did. And as the Earth reformed, we say this is the oldest thing on the planet. Kind of a cool skull. Shows the pattern that's indicative of its source. Weighs 13.74 grams. And this meteorite, $849, less than 15%, puts it somewhere in the $700 range. A nice size. Nice pendant. That's cool.
Pretty sweet, Steve. Put that in
Yeah,
some 18
yeah.
karat yellow gold.
All right.
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that'll really appreciate this. Next stone up is probably what I consider to be the rarest color in Tanzanite. Rarer than general pinks. That pink you just saw, rare because of the intensity of pink. But I've never seen this color in Tanzanite before. It's intense, almost an indica-like color. But for sure, I've never ever seen this color. Weighs 3.44 carats. a VS2 clarity. You can see the little crystal inclusion that's in it. Nice identifiable inclusion. Is some type of crystal. I don't know what kind, but not something that's easily visible to the naked eye. No treatments, of course. This is the color that came out of the ground. And of any Tanzanite I've seen, I think this is probably the rarest color I've ever seen.
Eileen wants to know, would you consider this like a blue-green?
Yeah, like tourmalines, the blue-green tourmalines. Yeah, definitely has both in it. I'm not sure which is dominant. It depends on the light you're in. You know, in this light, I'd have a hard time calling which is the dominant color. Kind of a 50-50 blue and green. I wish all my greens had this kind of color. And this light showing even more blue, but definitely a nice even mix. This is a parcel a friend sent me, and originally I rejected it, you know, just because the shape was odd and the price of the material was really, really expensive in my opinion. But I sent it back to him, and he contacted me again, gave me a better price. I said, okay. You know, so there was 3 stones. One of them's just so green. Another one is not quite this good a color, but has a really attractive, rare color. And then this was the best of the group. You know, it's hard to pass things that you've never seen before. You know, so I'm happy how it came out. Just because when you cut odd cuts like this, you don't know whether you're going to have any life to them or, you know, just what it's going to come out like. But as far as a rare color, I'm sure you cannot find another Tanzanite this color. You know, it's just all the time I've been in business, I've never seen it before, and I doubt we'll ever see it again.
Yeah, that one's crazy. I remember seeing the piece of rough in that parcel, and it was just like, wow.
So $59.60 is our price online. There is no appraised price for something this rare. With the 15 off, it's $5,066 or $1,470 a carat. Which, compared to pinks, which are less rare, and it's hard to say that because we've always said pink was the rarest color in Tanzanite, but the pinks can go for $2,000-$3,000 a carat. And if we had one as intense as that crystal Mike had, the sky's the limit. I don't know what you could charge for that. $10,000 a carat. When it's find another one, I guess it's up to the seller. Next stone up is another, I'm not sure what to call the color. Greenish. What is that? Really? Huh. I don't remember that one.
Yeah. But if it's there,
Why don't we cut it? All right. So this stone, it's part of the green parcel I bought, and you know it's a stone that, you know, I'll leave natural, but I know what these colors heat to. They heat to a really pretty light what was the last one? Steely blue. Yeah. It's a really pretty color. So that's a potential for this too, is to heat it and get the blue coloration out of it. But offer it this way, and you can always heat it. You can't take it back. So it has really nice brilliance, unique color for Tanzanite. Not sure quite what to call it. It's greenish. Not sure. That is. What's that? What about it? Yeah. Well, it is darker than what the picture online shows. Yeah, it's maybe not quite that dark. Somewhere between what the picture is and the darkness on here. So if this doesn't sell before the next show, we'll heat it up and see what we have. Because I did like the green one we heated. I thought it was very attractive stone. But this has beauty on its own. So it weighs 4.34 carats. $24.90 is our price online. And with the 15 off, it's $21.17 or $488 a carat. Oh, Michael. Catch me before I wrap them up.
Right.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool color as it is,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's pretty unique. And a lot of people like that unheated look. And I bet you it looks amazing out in diffused lighting outdoors. Those
definitely helps.
Yeah, those always look amazing outside.
But I'm still thinking of what it's going to look like heated. Sorry.
I know. You should take it outside and look at it outside. And
I don't think it changed a lot.
No, but I feel like they like get softer and just have something to it that I find pleasing.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy with the cut. It turned out really brilliant, and so no matter what the color ends up, it's going to be a beautiful stone.
Hey, what was the name of the cut for the green Tanzanite that we just talked about? Is there a
Don't have
name
a
for
name.
that cut?
It's a freeform polygon. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not good at naming cuts.
All right, Mr. Polygon. All right.
Yeah, I gave you that crystal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. So clean. I don't know what... oh, look at the... Why is that... Shows so much blue there. Doesn't look that... definitely. Uh-huh. Yeah. How much you want for it?
I don't know what I have on this one. It is available on MineralMike.com as well as TanzaniteJewelryDesigns.com. This is one that I just picked up, but yeah, it's such a little gem that I couldn't pass it up. And
Yeah, I wonder what that blue would do in a cut.
yeah, well, I mean, even the yellow is pretty intense on the other axis, but
Well, I just see the mix.
yeah,
Blue and yellow might make a really unique cut stone.
right. I don't know.
Sorry,
It's great
folks.
crystal, man. Look at it. They're just, oh yeah. I don't think I could get myself to cut that one. I just love, that side there with
I
all
don't know.
those
I'm going to
little.
look, see how much you're asking for it.
Uh, Oh boy. Should have kept that one in the safe.
That's cool. I had never seen that kind of spotty color. I think it should be cut. Cool stone. It is on Mineral Mike, huh?
Yes, it is.
All right, we'll be looking at that.
Steve will be looking at that, so if somebody wants to buy it and save a crystal.
You might have something special there cut. I know it's special as a crystal. It's hard to find them so clean. All right, let's move along. Another fancy Tanzanite. Like another one, I don't know what this color is. Came from the green parcel. It's square step cut. Nice life. Another one, it'll heat to some kind of blue. But unique, and I offer it natural. Nice dispersion in it. Little different color and, potential as a heated stone to be another beauty. It's always fun to get these odd colors and you heat them and you just don't know what to expect from them.
Eileen calls it the 1970s disco color.
All right.
I think my neighbor had some carpet that color or something.
A lot of different colors coming out. But it is a trichroic gem. And you're seeing a lot of those colors. Because when you look at this in the microscope, definitely has the blue and the purple in it also. So it's, one of those that I'm not too concerned whether it sells or not, because I'm as excited to see it heated to see what happens to it. It's just fun to put them in the oven and see what you get out the next day. And you hope for something different than you've ever seen before. Which these last two stones, they could be those kind of stones where it's something totally unique once heated. But I'm guessing it's some kind of lighter blue. This one may be a little more like a finished Tanzanite typical, but I'm not sure. It'll definitely be a deeper color than what the last stone was. The depth of color you see, it kind of ends up in the finished heated stone also. So I haven't been following what's happened with the tariffs. The tariffs have affected us significantly, mainly because, we haven't been able to travel. You can't pay 20-30% over what you've paid in the past and expect to either make money or sell the stones because they end up more expensive. So hopefully today the Supreme Court was supposed to rule on whether it was legal for Trump to actually do the tariffs or not. So sometime in the next month or so we'll find out, and hopefully we'll be able to do our next trip to Thailand and not have to pay the 30% tariffs. So, but our next trip will be Tucson, which is in February. Stone I cut from material I bought back in 2008 in Alakaka in Tanzania. It was my last trip to Alakaka, and I still have stones to cut. Most of them are this size. Going to cut carat and a half if I'm lucky. This one is unheated, and you know what that means in pink sapphire. A stone this size unheated is worth more than double what the heated version of the same stone is. So this one weighs 1.06 carat. It faces big because it's cut as shallow as you can cut it and still get full brilliance. You know, has a full crown, and everything's cut to ideal angles. So you get almost an 8 by 5 millimeter stone in a carat 6. You know, sapphire is really dense, so you don't get a lot of size for its weight, but this one gives you the maximum size for weight, and kind of see the size. So big enough stone for a ring. It has full life. Appraised value on this is very high, $4,850. Our price online, $1,625. And with the 15% off, this pink sapphire is $1,381 or $1,300 a carat. Nice pink sapphire. The crystal inclusions you see in it are just so typical of this source. It's an identifying characteristic of Alakaka. I don't know it's the only source that produces it like that, but they all are just peppered with this really fine crystalline inclusions. But when you have it on your hand, those do not show up at all. They're too small to really see. All right, next gem up is a Montana sapphire. This is a stone I have treatment as unknown, mainly because what I see in it seems to be things that would heat and change, although there is some inclusions in it that look similar to heated in that they have crystals with a little veil around it. But this source is one of those sources that is seen in natural unheated stones. So the person I bought this from had no idea whether it was heated or not. You know, if it lasts long enough, maybe I'll send it out probably to be tested, and if it hasn't been heated, maybe I'll send it out to heat, because it probably will get brighter because there's just kind of a cloud of silk in it that normally in heat treatment would dissipate and sometimes become remarkably better. But this is really a pretty stone as it is. It's blue-green, on the dark side, but still full life in most lights. Comes from the Missouri River, which is the primary source. There's Rock Creek and the Missouri River, which includes El Dorado Bar, Spokane Bar. Don't have a specific on what the actual mining area was on this, just came from the Missouri River. So it's another one of those. If it is untreated, the value goes up dramatically. You know, sapphires are again, like the pinks, untreated sapphires are worth double what the treated stones are. This one weighs 2.34 carats. Appraised price $3,510, which it is appraised as heated. Our price online $2,340, and with the 15% off, it's $1,989 or $890 a carat. Yep. Yeah, well, I hadn't totally closed it up yet. You can see, even in this light, it still has full brilliance. And this will go, you know, these colors from Montana typically in incandescent light will be more green, and in daylight it'll go mostly blue. All right, next stone up is a hidden gem. Jeffrey.
Jeffrey,
right.
hidden gem.
Hidden gem time. Okay, again, which one is this?
This is a pretty sweet morganite.
Yes.
The color.
That's
wow.
an amazing. I know it's one of Steve's favorite colors.
Yeah, it is.
So if you go to MoreGems.com, click on that green bar at the top, or if you're already there in that collection of gemstones from the show, I've just launched it. So all you got to do is hit refresh. And then once you go through checkout, just add the coupon code RARE25, and it'll take 25% off this one-of-a-kind piece.
So this one weighs 21.39 carats and just a beautiful peach color. You know, these come from Mozambique. They are enhanced by irradiation, which is the bulk of the material on the market right now is from this source. You do have material that comes from Nigeria, typically more pink, but they do get peach also. You know, and some of that material is natural color. So this one has an appraised price of $14,180. Our price online $48.30, and with the 15 off, it's $3,600, or this is 25 off, $36.23 or $169 a carat, which for morganite is very inexpensive. You know, the American Gem Trade Association has a site that we've just started putting our stones on. And I was looking at the price that they were getting for morganite, and it was kind of surprising how much they were going for. But I'm into these right, and I'm right now negotiating on a parcel of more morganites that'll cut stones this size. It actually came from the original parcel that I cut how big was that morganite? 300? Or yeah. I don't remember. But they came from that parcel, as this stone did. How much was it? $294. So hopefully I'll have a few more morganites, because when I was looking at these stones to do a special on, I was kind of surprised that I was kind of out of these bigger stones. I thought I had several of them, but I only had 2 of them, and one of them I've got scheduled for a design, a pear shape. But these are really, really beautiful color.
Steve, just Eileen wants to double check. You cut this stone, right?
I don't remember.
Don't it? I know it says you did, but I know that sometimes we get some that are not our in-house cutting, but yeah.
Yeah, it says it is. And this rough, I don't exactly remember. Cut so many stones. But it is, it must be, because I know the parcel of rough it came from, and it's not, and there's nothing in this style of cutting that would tell me. If you just showed me, I'd have said no, but the notes say I did. I'll try and verify that. I must have. I don't remember buying any big morganites cut like that. I need to keep better notes. But I can probably look at the polish and take a close look at it and have a better idea. So.
And she's saying that doesn't say that you did on the site, so it may have been my mistake, Eileen. Sometimes I look at the stones and if it's got a pretty darn good cut, like this, I may have assumed and just typed it in, but yeah, like Steve said, he'll look it in, look it up and let you know.
Yeah, it may have a source on the original notes that I can verify whether I cut it or not. But whatever, it's really a beautiful, beautiful color and just nicely cut stone. All right, next stone up. It's another Tanzanite. It's a kind of a Tanzanite show. But that's partly because we weren't able to travel and get a variety of stones, kind of down to the rough that I've got. And mostly I have Tanzanite rough. So you'll see a lot of Tanzanite tonight. And hopefully, I'm excited to get back to Bangkok, and that's a place that I've done so well in the past. And we had a good trip 2 years ago now. Been that long? Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah, we were just there last year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. 1 year ago today, year before we were in.
So we'd planned on going there this fall, but the tariffs just stopped us.
And I think they're, Bruce Bridges, I believe, was over there talking to see whether they could clear things up over in, I want to say Thailand. And
India and Thailand. Yeah. And Thailand primarily was.
Right.
Yeah, they think they were going to get that straightened out, because at least they're considering cutting back the tariffs as they did for Europe. For gems, they cut them back to 0, I think, as it was before, because there is no source in the U.S. I mean, it's not like you can buy these gems in the U.S. The only source is out of the country, so it has a very negative effect on this entire business, whether it be diamonds or colored stones. Even the jewelry, most of it's made overseas. Not that we couldn't make the jewelry here, but as far as the gems, they're just not available here in the U.S. So there is a good reason to not tariff them. So hopefully that'll all change here shortly, one way or another. Whether the Justice, the Supreme Court, who ruled on it, supposed to rule on it today, hopefully they rule against the tariffs, but time will tell.
All right, we got a sale.
All right.
Jessica picked up the mixed round brilliant cut Montana sapphire.
Oh, cool.
That's a nice
Yeah.
one.
Cool. Thanks, Jessica.
Yes.
I half wanted to heat it or find out if it was heated, just because, heating that stone, if it works, could have made it 2-3 times the value. It's very attractive as it is, but if you can, heating just often does wonders for sapphires. That's why a high percentage of all the blues are heated, because they get brighter, they get better color once you heat them. So there's always that potential, and that's always in my mind. Do I heat the stone and see what comes out of it? But they're beautiful as they are, so there's less risks. Heating has risks, and so sometimes better to sell them as they are unheated. Okay. Do I want to show it at all? I haven't got it out, have I? Or did I? Yeah, let's show it. Another beautiful color, and this is, again, a high percentage blue, 85% blue, 15% violet. Of course, in this camera, it's going to show a little more violet. But try and find that violet in this stone, actually. It's really not there. Can you switch it to... We sometimes can switch to a different setting to show it as more blue as it is. Always risks making these switches, but a little bit of effect, but not a lot. But it's a mostly blue stone. It's a completely step cut, crown and pavilion. It is a stone I did. It is heated. Got a rating of 976 out of 1,000, which is a very, very high rating on Tanzanites. It is just so blue. 85% may be a underestimate on how much blue it is. Would be 90%. Appraised value on this stone, $5,035. Our price online, $29.90, and with the 15% off, it is $25.42 or $566 a carat. VS1 clarity, so completely clean. VS1 in Tanzanites is as high as I rate, because beyond that, it just takes too much time to guarantee that it's VVS or flawless. So we had another sale.
Yes, Paul picked up this antique cushion.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So blue.
Thanks, Paul.
So blue.
Yeah, so blue.
A great
So
shape.
blue. Yeah. No, it's a great stone, too. Awesome cut.
Another stone I would like to have as a ring, which I do need a ring.
Yeah, it would be a good... Oh, move my head. I'm waiting for that royal blue sapphire for my ring.
Yeah.
Put it on your list for Santa.
Yeah.
Put the letter in the mail.
You got your, we talk about this every show, and I forget my ring every show. You got yours on,
Michael brought his.
Yeah. That's just awesome.
Yeah. A Spinel garnet.
Whether you go with that stone, which I think we probably have a couple Spinel available, but or a different stone. If you're looking for a men's ring, just that style overall. Can you do the side profile of it too? Like, yeah, it's just really
that Tanzanite would look great in that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Which my goal has been for the last couple of years is to get into more men's ring, because I think it's probably the most under fulfilled style of rings, fine colored stone men's rings. I think there's a huge business in it, and it's something I would like to have a wide selection of men's rings, and I know it's a great business. So this Tanzanite, I don't know what your plans, but it'd make a cool ring just like Michael's ring.
Damien was asking, in terms of a man's ring for this stone, would it have to set up pretty high, or how do you choose like a stone for a man's ring? Because men usually have it, not prong set. So does that limit the stones that you can use for a men's ring then?
I don't totally understand the question, but
If it's got a lot of depth, can it still lay pretty flat for a men's ring? Whereas women, you have the prongs. A man doesn't usually wear a pronged,
yeah.
I have prong
Well,
ring.
You do?
Yeah. I got an opal set and prongs. Yeah.
And prongs.
Oh,
There's
well,
no- no
that's
problem
not
sitting.
really. I don't think that's really prong, because I got the same one.
Yeah. You can set it. We've set men's ring with prongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually like small.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, the perfect setting for this stone would be Michael's ring and
Yeah.
your ring. Same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice. And you
It'd
can
be cool.
set it as, you just can't set it any deeper than the culet goes, and we try and set it pretty low profile in our shop. So we try and get it as low as possible, unless the customer wants something to sit higher. If I can get it low, we want to get it low enough to where the culet won't come through and touch the finger, or if you slide the ring on a mandrel, it won't chip that culet off. So that's the limiting factor, yeah.
Okay.
So just as
Yeah.
deep as the stone
And-
goes is basically how deep we can set it.
Yeah, and it's a deeper cut, but it's not that deep. But of course, Tanzanite you have to wear with some care.
Yeah.
And once you bezel them, I guess the big issue is if you have to do any repair, which usually it's scratches. It's just hard to get out of a bezel.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to debate with a bench jeweler over here. No, Michael, it cannot be done. As Michael's set hundreds and hundreds of rings.
Yeah.
I'll trust you, Mike. All right.
Yeah. Well, it comes down to personal preference too.
Yeah.
You probably lean towards that cleaner, smoother look, which is a bezel setting, and some people don't mind prongs, and then it just depends on the way the prongs are holding the stone in. They can be short prongs, longer prongs.
That's true. I think in my head, when I think of a pronged high up ring, you think of like an engagement ring with that diamond really high up in the air,
Yeah.
And that type of head style. Yeah,
Yes.
no, that, if you were to do it like that and just like a basket head, that would be weird. But if you built the ring
With
like a men's ring
Yeah.
to it, then prongs are no
that's
problem.
definitely. All right.
These are a pair of blue zircons. These come from Cambodia. They weigh 5.62 carats total weight. Just really a beautiful color. Blue zircon we do extremely well with. We have a good supplier of our Cambodian material, as well as, we have another supplier of fine Malawi material, which Malawi may be at risk, at least getting rough. They're trying to do, as many countries have, they're trying to stop the export of rough and actually cut it in country to try and keep the labor there. So that's the current news from Malawi. We'll see what happens with that. Both Malawi and Cambodia produce some very fine material. Just a beautiful color. It's hard to show the green that is a secondary color in this material that makes it so unique and beautiful. The appraised price on these is $2,810. Our price online $1,090. And with the 15% off, it's $927 or $167 a carat. Blue zircon's a nice hard stone, just really great brilliance, has a high refractive index. It's just it's a nicely matched pair. If we should or Brazil. Okay.
So somebody on Instagram was asking about shipping to India or Brazil. It is questionable, and Jeffrey said he's going to look into it. If you want to email us, if you see something that you like, email sales@MoreGems.com with the piece that you're interested in and where it needs to be shipped to, and we'll definitely find out to see if we can get it to you.
I'm moving on, Mike. All right, this is the next hidden gem.
All right, everybody. I'm going to be launching this hidden gem here in about 30 seconds. You're on that product page, the category page with all the products from this show tonight. Just refresh the page and it should show in the first or second row for you.
All right. So this is just a very rare gem. This is Merilani mint garnet. It is a byproduct of the Tanzanite mining. Very similar to Tsavorite. Some slight differences, but they're both grossular garnets. These are UV fluorescent.
They many of them will fluoresce to a nice orange color.
I don't know if I'll be able to show that. Why not? Where am I at? I'm going to do it on white. Gonna do it in this bright light either, but we'll see. Looks bright. So it is one difference between Tsavorite and good show. Start to see I'll turn that up. You can see the orange. Did we decide what's in this that allows it to fluoresce? The Tsavorite. Yeah, some Tsavorite. I think all the Merilani mint garnets do fluoresce. But anyway. But like Tsavorite, stones of this size are quite rare. And just a beautiful mint color. Praise value on this $8,910. Our online price $59.90. And with the 25 off, it's $4,493 or $1,211 a carat. Do we have a sale?
Yes. Edwin picked up this Merilani mint garnet
Oh, cool.
Oh,
and
nice.
the oval pink sapphire.
Oh, cool. Sweet.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Two
Edwin.
great stones.
Yeah, and both are natural. This, of course, is untreated.
Yeah, that's...
You know, this is material when we were in Kenya last time. They were talking about how the material has gotten rare and the demand is it jumped significantly. which was true of the Tsavorite garnet too. And while we were there, I'm thinking, wow, it's been slow for me. And then soon as I get back, the Tsavorites just started going crazy. So things go in cycles. But this is beautiful stone. Thanks for the sale.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Edwin. Also, Martha wanted to know if anybody out there has any questions about the other stones, let us know. Martha wanted to know, can you show that 17 karat Tanzanite on your finger?
Sure.
Look at that red flash, Jeffrey.
It's nice.
Look at it.
It's good size for a ring. A showstopper right there. Yeah.
And Jeff, again, you want to mention the shop? It was Shop Pay that's offering.
Yeah. So right now, again, everybody, all these stones are one of a kind, but you can jump in and all the 15% off stones are going to be 15% automatically in the cart. No coupon code required. And all the blue light specials, use blue 30 for 30% off. And all of those hidden gems, use rare 25. When you go through checkout, you're going to have a lot of options: credit cards, PayPal, Affirm financing, and Shop Pay, which we only offered tonight. So if you got a few more hours, if you like anything, you can get 0% financing from 6 to 12 months. It's usually like 4 to 8 months. So this is a time that you can really buy something special, especially for the holidays, and not have to pay it for 6 to 12 months with no financing. So pretty sweet deal. Yes, I think Off the Wall Larry wants to know, is there any fluorescence in barrels?
Uh,
There was just recently a new find out of Nigeria that they do fluoresce. There's this deep green banding, which I don't remember if it's the vanadium or the chromium that causes it to fluoresce, but I know that specific material does have a slight fluorescence. You got to take it into a dark room and hit it with UV light, and then you'll see that banding fluoresce a slight pink color. Outside of that, can you think of anything else there,
I'm
Steve?
trying to think if emeralds sometimes flirt. Other than that, I don't think aquas do. Golden barrels don't.
But yeah, if you're into fluorescence and you'd like a piece like that, I do have a couple of nice crystals from this new find in Nigeria available on MoreGems.com. You'll see them there. Yeah, it's up in the air where you call them an emerald or an aquamarine. It's probably more towards the aqua, but they're the ones that are slightly banded at the towards the termination of the crystals. They're really cool and beautiful color. If you put them next to a Vietnamese aquamarine, you can definitely see the green in these new crystals.
Korean 11 would like to see the round cut Ametrine again if you have a chance.
Oh yeah, that one's a sweet one.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Which one?
The round cut. Yeah.
Oh, the Ametrine.
Portuguese cut, which is the Reddit viral one that always goes Reddit there. But keep the questions coming, everybody. Just try to stump Steve.
So did that 2.07 carat, that one sold?
What was the 2.07?
The sapphire that's coming up next, or is that one still?
The pink one?
Yeah.
Yeah, the pink one sold.
207. There's a couple pink ones.
Uh-oh.
We haven't shown the 207 yet.
We didn't even show that one yet?
No.
Oh, my bad.
But you
want to see?
The 202 sold.
Okay.
So we still have the 207. Okay.
202?
Yes.
We don't have a 202.
What?
A 106.
Oh,
The
maybe that's
natural.
just, maybe he purchased one just on the site that we weren't.
Was this Edwin?
Yes.
I was thinking it was a 106. But
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah, it
not.
was a, it may have just, we have a lot of other stones that are even on the show. The oval cut pink sapphire, 2.02 carats. That could have been just one that we have on the
Okay.
website.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, we have a lot more stones than just that are
Yeah,
on the
we
show.
we
so-
allow buying on the site tonight?
What's that?
We allow that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Anybody
you know
can
what? That's
buy. You
actually
can buy
a question that I wanted to bring up. So this the shop pay deal that's going on till midnight, that's for anything on our website, not
Yes,
necessarily
yeah.
just
Yep.
the stones tonight. It's site wide. You can apply
Good
that.
point.
You just
Yep.
they have to apply for the
Yeah, as long as you, supposedly most people get it, but usually it's like 4 to 8 weeks, no interest financing. So through midnight, we have 6 to 12 months, which is pretty crazy. So,
This is what we wanted to see.
yes.
Okay.
If you could show it maybe on your finger as well for.
It really is a special stone. And you can even, you just get the brilliance of the purple and the orange.
Yeah, we'll have to think about doing a few more brilliant styles with that material. All right. So this is a 207 oval pink sapphire, also from Ilakaka, Madagascar. This one I cut a long time ago, and it just didn't have it, but I started looking at it and I go, maybe it's the size of the table. It had this little teeny table and the crown was very high. And so I just opened up the table and it just worked. It just became much more brilliant and just became a good saleable stone from one that just looked weird and kind of fish-eyed and just didn't have the life that it should. Sometimes small tables work and sometimes they work to the disadvantage of brilliance. So I really just took one of the rows of facets out of it and opened up the table. Good focus. A good, rich, deep color. And it's material I bought in 2008 in Madagascar from Bank Swiss. And Jean-Noel originally owned that mine. He doesn't own it anymore, but he mined it for quite some time, and really a unique mining. We've got pictures of me in there digging, and it originally was about 50 guys just lined up. They would just take a shovelful and move it 2 feet to the next guy and just keep moving it up the hill. And they dug this hole that was probably 60, 70 foot deep and just a huge hole. It's amazing what they did by hand. It would take a machine months to dig that hole, and I think within a year they dug it by hand. Appraise value on this stone $4,970. Our price online $2,480, and with the 15 off, it's $2,108 or $1,018 a carat. Nice intense pink. And back to the barrel question, I'm sure that I don't know how many emeralds or what percentage of them fluoresce, but some of them do fluoresce.
Ready for some questions?
Questions?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Let's see. Everybody post those questions when you got them.
Where's my thinking cap?
This one should be easy for you.
Okay.
Samuel wants to know, when do I know to adjust the mast like casually when cutting? Does it move up automatically, or does it move up automatically cause the vibration?
I'd like to say I understand that question, but I'm not sure I do. Really? Sounds like an issue with the machine. I don't know if you can send me pictures or a video or better idea of what's happening. Maybe I could tell you. Yeah, I'm a little at a loss. You know, it's hard to follow sometimes what's happening, you know, without seeing it. You can do a little more describing it, maybe I can understand better.
Because the only time you adjust the mast to go up and down is when you're changing the angle. Otherwise, you're kind of cutting at the same height unless it's a long, elongated stone. But like if you're cutting around and you're cutting to that same angle, you shouldn't move the mast height until you're on to the next angle or row of facets. But if it's moving on its own, yeah, it doesn't sound... I don't think it should be doing that. Is that, you know, correct?
You're asking me? Or
I'm asking you, yeah.
Well, yes. You know, I don't totally understand it, so which may mean it's a machine issue itself. Yeah, if you can try and describe it better, or again, you can send us a video or something of what's going on. Maybe I could better tell you.
All right. J.L. Wagner wanted to know, the pink sapphire is very unique. What's that cut called, please? Well, I think the only other two pink sapphires we had were an oval mixed brilliant cut and just an oval cut, correct? This one right here, I guess.
This one is all step cut.
Step cut,
crown,
okay.
Step cut pavilion, which is kind of my go-to cut because it just works for so many things.
So even on a cut like this, when you're doing a step cut, you're not moving the mast up and down on that single row, are you? Or once you get out towards the two outside edges, do you...
Yeah, I don't change the mast height.
Right.
You know, it just, the angle ends up changing. You know, but as long as you're cutting all the rows the same and don't change the mast height, it works. So yeah, you would start at, you know, if you started at the side of the stone and you were at one height and it was 41 degrees, by the time you get to the end of the stone, it's probably 42 degrees that you're cutting at, you know, but I don't change the mast height. When I originally started cutting, I would change the mast height for every set of facets, but with that, you know, that's just a waste of time. You know, the only, some longer stones you may have to change the mast height just because it's going to change the angle so much, but typically not. You don't change the mast height for one row of facet.
Okay. Corey wants to know between the, I'm guessing it's these two because they're similar in color, but what's your favorite, the stepped pear-shaped sunstone, that kind of greenish, versus the square step cut Tsavorite garnet?
Well, I'm going to have to pick the Tsavorite.
Okay.
Because it's such a rich green. Yeah, anytime you can get that color, that green in all gems brings the highest money, whether it be emerald, chrome tourmaline, Tsavorite. This would be the color green that you would ideally have. And if you had a sunstone that color, I don't know what kind of money it'd bring. It'd be like Tsavorite money, I would guess. Because the sunstone's more like what you would see in tourmalines and what you see in garnets.
The sunstone's kind of unique because you do get that. They called it the they were calling it dichroic, where you turn it and then you're getting the red from one angle, and then you turn it you orient it the other way, and then you see the green. So in this piece of rough, I'm just curious, was the red down the other angle, and then you chose to cut the green?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the red
Right.
on the other side, and it's just unusual that you don't get some of that red coming into the stone. That's what makes that stone so unusual,
For sure.
because almost everything else I've cut, if you look at the stones I've cut in the past, you can still see that red coloration coming through with the green. It's still pretty, but getting it all green is unusual.
All right. Katie wants to know, in terms of, I think she first asked the hardness of Tanzanite versus sapphire. They mentioned that sapphire is much harder than Tanzanite. One of the hardest stones, right?
Yeah, next to diamond, it's the next hardest.
Yes. So, is the Tanzanite then, if she got a Tanzanite, would be better for her to set as a pendant versus a ring?
Well, it's always safer, no matter what it is. Even a sapphire, it's safer in a pendant. But in the case of Tanzanite, it's 6.5 to 7 hardness. And you run into a lot of things in nature that are 7 hardness. Quartz, which is the most abundant mineral on Earth, is 7 hardness. And so many things are made from quartz bricks, and it's a lot of things you run into are 7 hardness. So that's kind of the break, what they consider what's everyday wearable as compared to something you should take a little more caution with. We do a lot of Tanzanite and rings and have had little problems, but given enough time, you're going to scratch the surface of it, and it's going to need to be repolished. Which even sapphire, particularly heat-treated sapphires, will have the issue of chipping and more chipping than anything. But heat treatment has an effect on the durability of sapphire, where it can, they're heated enough, it can affect them enough that just everyday wear is going to chip the facet edge.
All right. Samuel messaged back. He said, like with the knob at the top, I feel like I see people always adjust it, but he could just be crazy.
Yeah, the screw knob on top. Well, you're just adjusting it when you change the facet you're cutting. When you change to a new row of facets, you have to either raise it or lower it to get to the right angle. You're just lowering it to make the angle correct that you're cutting at. If you have to increase the angle, you're going to have to lower the mast, get the angle of the next row of facets to cut at the angle that you want. You're just changing the mast height to get the angle correct.
And I guess some minor adjustments of the mast height during polishing, would that be the case?
Yeah, sometimes, but that's really minor. You're just doing this, just to get the polish to get across the whole facet. That's like cheating, meaning that you're making minor adjustments to get the polishing correct. But when you're cutting, you shouldn't changing the mast height that much until you change the rows of facets that you're cutting. Then you have to change the mast.
All right. And Samuel, we mentioned a few times, I think I put the link in here. We do have some free courses with Steve on our YouTube channel. Just go to that courses tab, and there's multiple courses that Steve steps you through gem cutting if you have any question. And hopefully on Instagram next year, or not Instagram, TikTok, Steve will just be cutting right in front of you. So
Why are we doing TikTok for that?
is where people we could do it everywhere, I guess, Mike.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I think not a lot of people just will sit there for 6 hours. I think it's popular on TikTok.
Yeah, it's amazing what people do.
Yeah,
and what
it's
they'll
interesting.
watch.
Why not watch it? So
It's just figuring out how to get the cameras in the right place, that I'm not spending too much time trying to get things adjusted every time I want to show something. So we'll try and work that out and give you something to watch when you have nothing else to do.
Just to hop in real quick. I believe it was Max. Yeah, he wants to see the 17 karat Tanzanite on the hand again. So there's some more interest for that particular stone.
yeah, that's Martha. Yeah, or is it Max? Could be. I don't know. I see it chat come through. I see Max and Martha, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, just keep in mind the color is nothing like what you're going to see on this. Color is
better, right?
Spectacular. I say that the reds are more dramatic in this stone than any stone I've ever seen. I say, keep in mind I have a pretty good sized hand.
Yes, definitely.
And head.
Oh, it's the same. That was the question there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
but I think she wanted to see it again, or he wanted to see. I'm not sure who I'm. Yeah, now I'm confused because we have a live chat on the website, and it says Martha there.
Okay.
With
All
Max
right,
here,
I
so.
see.
I'm just going by what I see.
I'm just happy to see it again anyways. That's pretty cool stone.
Yeah, cool stone. Was that last stone natural or heat treated? Katie wants to know. I'm guessing the last one was that sapphire.
Heated.
Heated?
Yep.
Okay. The one from Madagascar. Yeah. Okay.
And over on Instagram, somebody is asking where we are located. We are located in the region, which is in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah.
Crown Point is our town. It's in the USA. So we're about, 50 minutes from downtown Chicago.
When I was at college in southern Indiana, they called us region rats.
Yep. Yeah, that's it's a little slang for our area here.
We're just 40 minutes from Chicago.
Yeah.
Northwest Indiana, just right by Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
Which I go to Lake Michigan often, even ride my bike up there sometimes.
All right. Yes, he does. James, haven't heard from James all night, but he's asking some questions. Have you guys seen the new Peridot from British Columbia, Canada? Dan Hurd is starting up a mine. Supposedly the Peridot is of very high quality.
Haven't seen it. Maybe in Tucson we'll see it. Be interesting. I can't imagine it being better than Pakistan, but time will tell. Yeah, no, I haven't even heard of it. So, where was it at?
British Columbia, Canada.
Okay, which is far western. Is that the last province in Canada?
I should know this, but
yeah.
He also wants to know, how often do you see green zircon?
I see it in pictures. I haven't cut it. I think mostly it's from Sri Lanka. got a friend that cuts it fairly regular, but yeah, I haven't personally seen a great green zircon. But we may, yeah, I can't say I've seen any. Have you, Michael? Have we seen green zircon cut?
Green zircon, I believe. We've had one, and I think we sold it. Yeah, I believe that was there was one green zircon we've had.
We didn't cut it.
We didn't
We
cut
bought
it. No.
cut.
I think I'm remembering correctly. We had a green zircon. I don't know. For some reason, that stands out to me because it's something I had never seen, and I think we had one.
Was it yellowy green or?
I don't know. I could be making it up too. It just seems like I feel like if we looked it up, there would be one. Maybe not though. I don't know. Getting late.
Maybe we'll see some in Tucson this year.
Yeah, is it something? Oh, okay. He was asking if how often. Yeah.
While you guys are talking here, we're making some sales. So Martha did pick up that 17.56 carat Tanzanite.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
I'm
Martha.
excited to see what kind of ring she comes up with that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
that'll be sweet.
That's gonna nice piece.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. Thank you, Martha. There it is. All right. So we do this a lot at the end. What stone we think should sell that didn't. I've already thought about this, and I'm really surprised it didn't go right away.
I think all three of us are.
Really, is it the morganite?
Oh no.
Oh, the morganite would go.
Yeah.
That's I love.
pretty
I mean,
stone.
that color is amazing, and my wife has a morganite that you made her that's freaking amazing.
Yeah. Well, maybe because it's so big. I don't know.
It being 21. I mean, yeah. Could
But
be.
I've got a parcel coming, hopefully, that'll have 7 or 8 morganites in it. Because when I looked at this, and that's when I looked at my inventory, I thought I had 4 or 5 of these big ones, and I didn't. And so I contacted a friend
It's getting a little late.
that I knew had some, and we'll see if I get them.
All right. How about you, Michael? Did I?
Neutered himself?
No,
There's a red light on.
Muted. It's not supposed to flash.
It's just straight red.
Okay, you're good.
Well, we
Hopefully everybody can hear
could have
Jeff.
cleaned that stone off a little better, I suppose.
Yeah, I know, Mike. Come on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know. That's my fault, I guess.
All right. So me, as I stated in the beginning of the show, I'm so surprised that this one has not sold.
Yeah.
This is just a outstanding example of Ametrine and cut in a way that you don't typically see it cut, and it really worked. Linda did an amazing job, and it's a beautiful stone. So I can't say any more about it. But this is the one that I figured would go, and it may not last through tomorrow once Jeffrey sends that email out.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Do we post this on Reddit yet? I mean, it always goes. I don't think.
No, yeah, that would be a good post. Because it's special. It's got that unique pattern to it too, where it's like a pinwheel of color, to the purple, to the orangish yellow, purple, orangish yellow, almost a radiation symbol, but really cool.
Yeah, and it fully changes my thoughts on how to cut this material that we bought.
Right.
We're cutting all these free forms, trying to highlight the color difference, and I wouldn't. Well, apparently, I did think it was possible that this would work, but I was more than surprised how well it worked. So, yeah. So it would be my choice of stone that I thought should have sold.
not only is Linda a great cutter, she's also a good baker. She did make us some cookies.
Yeah, those cookies were good.
Yes.
Thanks, Linda. I don't know if she's still up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, both her and her husband are extremely talented at things
Yes.
they do.
All right, Steve. So I picked this one. You choose one now.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't know, Michael.
You have to
That
do
would
it.
be my choice.
Man,
Uh-oh.
I would have to say
do we
that
think sold? Before
we gotta-
Steve talks about his next one.
I would. I'm
well,
still
I
going to
would
guess
say
this
the,
one here.
the trillion Tanzanite, the blue.
That's yours?
Maybe you can't really perceive it, although the pictures were pretty good. It is such a remarkable blue. You know, it is the epitome of blue. You know, there's not a finer blue stone that I've owned.
Yeah, this
we-
one did have.
Yes.
It had something to it that most Tanzanites do
and
not
Michael
have.
kept telling me, charge more, charge more.
Hey, throw me under the bus. It's a great. It's one
Well,
of
it
those
is,
things that
yeah.
it's there's something special about it.
Yeah,
Um,
that color is
Is
It's-
it deeper than that royal blue sapphire? It almost looks like it is.
they're real similar,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, I would call this royal blue Tanzanite. Matter of fact, we're going to put that in the title. It is definitely royal blue for sure.
All right. You giving me permission to update that title?
Yep.
Oh no, but we did sell some. So Maureen purchased the Portuguese cut Ametrine.
Oh,
We talked her
Nice.
into it.
All right,
You'll love
Maureen.
it. It's just so
Yeah.
cool.
it is really cool. I think
yeah.
it's the right
I
choice.
mean, we've loved many of the Ametrines we've cut, but that one was
Yeah.
number
It'll-
one. Yeah.
It'll make a great piece of jewelry. You know, anybody who sees it will be like, "Wow, what is that? That's so cool!" And yeah, so thank you.
And the Portuguese cut is our best-selling cut. You know, it's every time we cut that full Portuguese style, which has 161 facets, plus the girdle facets, so really 177 would be the total. We don't typically count the girdle facets, but, you know, yeah, special rock for sure.
All right. So again, just final thing. If you like any of these stones, definitely get in your orders tonight. I'm going to be launching a big email tomorrow. And through midnight tonight, definitely if you want to use that shop pay, it ends at midnight, unfortunately, but that'll get you 6 to 12 months, 0% interest on any of the stones tonight or anything on the whole entire website. It's all available. Otherwise, you can use credit card, PayPal, all that kind of good stuff. Hopefully you enjoyed this show. If you did, please hit that like, and that you can always subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Steve puts out educational videos. We put out all the new gems and jewelry that we offer. And again, if you purchase any of these stones, we do a lot of custom design as well. So definitely look out for that. Otherwise, I think that's it for tonight. Take it away, Steve.
All right, that's going to do it for us tonight. I'm Steve Moriarty with my sons, Mike and Jeff. Keep on gemmin'.
Let's go, like the stage is set. Rare gemstones you won't forget. Colors so bold, they steal the scene. A world of brilliance, crisp and clean. Under more Gemshow, where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, a spark divine. Cut to perfection. Glowing with pride, step into the wonder, come inside. Oh, come inside. Oh. The finest gems wanna start. From places distant and lands afar, shapes that shimmer, hues that play. This is your chance, it's Gem Drop Day. So see the light in every stone, crafted by hands, each one alone. A fleeting glimpse, don't let it fade. Gems like these are never remade. Hunt the more Gemshow, where treasures shine. Where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, spark divine. Spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. Come inside, go. It's the MoreGems Show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you. Welcome to the MoreGems Show. Let's go. You're the MoreGems Show, where treasures shine. Where treasures shine. A moment of beauty, spark divine. Spark divine. Cut to perfection, glowing with pride. Step into the wonder, come inside. Learn inside, yo. It's the MoreGems Show, a dazzling view where every gemstone waits for you.